Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we're talking about helping other people.
That's right. We are going to volunteer and to help other people that maybe don't have as much as we do, and so this is a way to give back to the community.
That's right. So this is an intermediate level lesson, and before we get going, we have a phrase to preview in today's vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, so on vocabulary preview today, we have this phrase, a soup kitchen, or it's a noun, a soup kitchen.
That's right. A soup kitchen is a place. Basically, it is a place where volunteers can help cook and serve people who don't have enough money to feed themselves.
Okay, so that's a soup kitchen. It's basically a place where people can get free food.
That's right.
Okay, so this is where we're going to be today. We are at a soup kitchen, and we're going to hear a couple of people talking about helping out at a soup kitchen. Let's listen.
Thanks a lot for pitching in once again, Judy. We really appreciate your help. It seems that at this time of year, there are more and more people who are struggling to make ends meet. There aren't many professional chefs like you who are so generous with their time.
Don't be silly, Mark. I'm more than happy to donate my time to a good cause. Volunteering at the soup kitchen has been really rewarding for me. You know, it's satisfying to provide good meals for those who are less fortunate. I feel like I'm really making a difference in some small way.
Well, your skills are definitely appreciated here. The people who come here have fallen on hard times, and a delicious hot meal can really bolster their spirits. Wow, that smells great. The needy are sure lucky to have you.
Thanks, Mark. Here you go. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, this looks lovely.
You're welcome. Hello, sir. Today we have... George, what are you doing here?
Hey, Judy, I'll have a little of everything, thanks. Smells great.
George, seriously, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you since our divorce was finalized. You've got no right to be here. You're hardly homeless.
Don't be like that, Judy. I really miss your home cooking. All right, we're back. So obviously this person, George, he didn't really need the food, but apparently I think he's divorced from his wife, and he was like, oh, I need your food. But other people that were there were very much in need of this food, so why don't we take a look at some of the words and phrases on language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Well, we've got a couple of interesting words here at the beginning that have to do with volunteering or helping other people. The first phrase we have actually is to pitch in.
That's right, to pitch in. So when you pitch in, that's a way of saying helping, right?
That's right, to help. So I could ask you for your help with something. I could say, hey, Marco, can you pitch in a little of your time with this project I have?
Okay, so dedicate or to help, to pitch in. So when you pitch in, you are helping. This is a really common phrase, very colloquial though, right?
To pitch in, that's right.
Okay, and then moving on, another adjective when a person likes to help or gives money to the poor, that person is generous.
That's right. So generous is an adjective. That means a person can be generous or an effort can be generous. For example, a very famous generous person is...
Mother Teresa of Calcutta.
Well, I was thinking Warren Buffett, but
okay.
Both of them are very generous. Mother Teresa for giving back to the poor and Warren Buffett for donating most of his money.
Okay, very good. So that is a sign of a person that is generous. So usually generous people like Warren Buffett, you say he gave away his fortune to people that didn't have money. We call these people the less fortunate.
That's right. So, as you said, we've got 3 words here that mean poor people, basically. Mm-hmm. And we don't like to say poor people in English because it's not very nice. You know, people can't control their situation in many cases, and it's more of a situation of not having what others have. Mm-hmm. And so one way to say this is less fortunate. Okay.
So a person that's less fortunate is a person that's poor.
That's right. So I could say, for example, we often try to help the less fortunate by volunteering our time.
Okay. So fortunate is a way of saying that you have fortune or you have luck. So if you say you are very fortunate, that means that you are very lucky.
That's right.
Okay. So less fortunate means poor. And another way of saying that somebody is poor, you say that person is needy.
Needy. So this probably makes you think of the word need, to need, and you're right. This comes from need. So someone who is needy needs things, needs money, needs help, needs food.
Okay, even attention, right? Somebody that's needy might need a lot of attention all the time.
That's right. So this could actually be a bad thing. Someone who's needy says, look at me, oh my gosh, look at me, listen to me, and that can be very annoying.
Okay, so the needy. And now finally, a very common word to say that somebody is very poor, doesn't have a place to live, doesn't have a home. You say that person is homeless.
Homeless literally means without a home. And so we often talk about the homeless as being a group of people we want to help in society, because the homeless live on the streets, they live in public, and in the winter and times when it's really, really cold, it's very dangerous for them. So the homeless are a group that people try to help with these soup kitchens and shelters.
Okay, very good. So a lot of interesting words, common phrases there, very useful. So why don't we go back, listen to this dialogue again, and we'll be back in a little bit with Fluency Builder.
Thanks a lot for pitching in once again, Judy. We really appreciate your help. It seems that at this time of year, there are more and more people who are struggling to make ends meet. There aren't many professional chefs like you who are so generous with their time.
Don't be silly, Mark. I'm more than happy to donate my time to a good cause. Volunteering at the soup kitchen has been really rewarding for me. You know, it's satisfying to provide good meals for those who are less fortunate. I feel like I'm really making a difference in some small way.
Well, your skills are definitely appreciated here. The people who come here have fallen on hard times, and a delicious hot meal can really bolster their spirits. Wow, that smells great. The needy are sure lucky to have you.
Thanks, Mark. Here you go. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, this looks lovely.
You're welcome. Hello, sir. Today we have George. What are you doing here?
Hey, Judy, I'll have a little of everything, thanks. Smells great.
George, seriously, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you since our divorce was finalized. You've got no right to be here. You're hardly homeless.
Don't be like that, Judy. I really miss your home cooking. All right, we're back. So on Fluency Builder today, we have 3 key phrases. So we're going to take a look at those now.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, so what is our first phrase?
Our first phrase comes from the beginning of the dialogue with Mark, who says, there are some people who are struggling to make ends meet. So the phrase here is to make ends meet.
Okay, to make ends meet. So if you take a look at this phrase, it's very hard to determine what that actually means. What does it mean?
Well, think about a string. If you want to make a circle out of that string, you have to connect the ends, right? And I think of that as being about your income and the money that you spend. I cannot make ends meet if I earn $10 every week, but I spend $15 on my house and my food.
Right.
Okay. So not being able to make ends meet means you spend more than you earn. Okay. And that's not about cars and fancy TVs. That's about your house, your heat, your bills, and your food.
Right.
But I say, I've been able to make ends meet for a while now because I have a pretty good job. Okay, so to make ends meet is to be able to pay for your necessities.
Okay.
But he can't make ends meet means he can't support himself financially.
Okay, very good. So to make ends meet is pretty much to satisfy your basic necessities.
Financially,
okay. Very good. And moving on, when we were talking about generosity and people helping out, if you help people that are less fortunate, you are making a difference in a small way.
Okay, so this is a phrase that we hear all the time in the States. I'm not sure if it's the same in other English-speaking countries, but it's a very popular phrase. We talk about making a difference or trying to make a difference, and it's not very clear what a difference really is. But generally, this means doing good things for other people. Okay, so celebrities try to make a difference with their money and their fame. Some people try to make a difference by working at homeless shelters or at soup kitchens. And so there are many different ways to make a difference, but it's basically the idea that you volunteer or you give money to help other people.
Okay, very good. So even if, for example, you recycle, you can say you're making a difference in the environment.
That's right, you're making a difference. Usually a difference is a positive thing, so keep that in mind.
Very good. And for the last phrase on Fluency Builder today, we say that people who come here have fallen on hard times. So people that have fallen on hard times. What does it mean if you fall on hard times?
Well, basically, hard times are difficulties, right? So not being able to make ends meet, not being able to pay for your food and your housing. And so we have the verb to fall. You've fallen on hard times because you've gone from a place where you're comfortable to a lower place, a place where life is really hard.
Right.
And so think of this as a fixed phrase. He fell on hard times, or they fell on hard times. This means they don't have much money, or they can't support themselves, or they went bankrupt, for example.
So somebody that loses their job may have fallen on hard times.
That's right.
Okay.
And there's one more phrase here that deserves a little attention. We heard this word to bolster. To bolster is a verb that means to improve. So a hot meal can really bolster their spirits. That means it can make them feel better.
So to bolster their spirits means to make them feel happier, to lift their spirits.
That's right. Exactly what you said, to make them feel happier.
Okay, awesome. So a lot of interesting phrases there. Ways that you can talk in English about making a difference, about volunteering. Very interesting stuff. Very good for conversations between friends and family. So why don't we go back, listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more.
Thanks a lot for pitching in once again, Judy. We really appreciate your help. It seems that at this time of year, there are more and more people who are struggling to make ends meet. There aren't many professional chefs like you who are so generous with their time.
Don't be silly, Mark. I'm more than happy to donate my time to a good cause. Volunteering at the soup kitchen has been really rewarding for me. You know, it's satisfying to provide good meals for those who are less fortunate. I feel like I'm really making a difference in some small way.
Well, your skills are definitely appreciated here. The people who come here have fallen on hard times, and a delicious hot meal can really bolster their spirits. Wow, that smells great. The needy are sure lucky to have you.
Thanks, Mark. Here you go. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, this looks lovely.
You're welcome. Hello, sir. Today we have... George, what are you doing here?
Hey, Judy, I'll have a little of everything, thanks. Smells great.
George, seriously, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you since our divorce was finalized. You've got no right to be here. You're hardly homeless.
Don't be like that, Judy. I really miss your home cooking. All right, we're back. So talking about volunteering, have you ever done any volunteer work?
I have. I've done quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, what have you done?
Back when I was living in the United States, in Chicago, I used to cook for a homeless shelter every week. So I would bring food every Thursday.
So you cook at home and you bring the food over to the shelter?
That's right. So the shelter had a kitchen, but they used donations from people because there were so many people who came there for food. And once a month, I would volunteer to also serve the food.
Okay.
So I would bring lasagna or pasta, things that most people like, and then once a month I would sit down with people and talk. You know, a lot of people are lonely when they're in homeless shelters because they come alone, or maybe it's a mother and her child, and it's nice to also come and sit and talk to them.
No, it's very interesting, and I think volunteering is a much better solution than, for example, just giving out money to poor people or something like that. I don't think that's really the solution. I think you should dedicate your time and your energy to making a difference, like in the dialogue.
Well, and I think that the other benefit is for you, the volunteer, because it changes your perspective on poverty and on humanity. And you think about, well, you know, I could be this person. He was a banker 2 years ago, and now he doesn't have a house. And so I think it has a positive effect on everybody involved.
Hey, Liam, are you ready for our first day at the community kitchen?
I am. The manager said we'll help prepare and serve dinner. I'm a little nervous, but excited.
Same here. I packed a notebook so we can learn new words and phrases as we work.
good idea. People call this place a soup kitchen, right? It's where volunteers cook and serve free meals for people who need them.
Yes, I like the phrase pitch in. It means everyone helps a little, and together we do a lot.
Exactly. Today we'll pitch in by chopping vegetables, washing pots, and serving food.
And we'll do it with a smile. That can really bolster their spirits, make people feel better inside.
You're right. A warm meal, a kind word, and a friendly face can change the evening.
Here comes Miss Rivera, the manager. She said there are more guests this month because many people are struggling to make ends meet.
Make ends meet means your income is just enough or not enough for basic needs like food and rent.
When ends don't meet, people may visit places like this. Some guests are homeless, others have a home but not enough money this week.
I used to think homeless was the only word, but I learned other words too, like needy, less fortunate, and people who have fallen on hard times.
Fallen on hard times is a kind way to say life changed and became difficult, maybe after losing a job or getting sick.
I'm glad this kitchen exists. It gives people a safe space and a hot meal, and it reminds them they're not alone.
Miss Rivera hands us aprons. She says, "Welcome, team. Thank you for donating your time." I love that. Donating time is a real gift.
Right. We can donate money, but we can also donate time, skills, and attention. All of those make a difference.
Okay, jobs. You take the cutting board, I'll check the soup. Wow, onions, carrots, and garlic. The smell is amazing.
I'll dice the carrots. Watch my fingers. I don't want to cut myself before we start.
I'll stir the pot slowly. The soup looks thick and colorful. Friendly food, simple and warm.
Miss Rivera says we serve at 6. That gives us 30 minutes.
While we wait, let's practice how to talk with guests. We should be respectful, kind, and clear.
Agreed. We can say, "Good evening. Would you like soup or pasta? Would you like bread?" And always add, "Please and thank you."
And we can offer choices without pressure, like, "You're welcome to take a seat near the window if you want some quiet."
I'm thinking about the word generous. Some people think it only means giving money, but generosity can be a smile, a seat, or extra time.
True. Also, generosity doesn't judge. We don't ask, "Why are you here?" We say, "We're glad you're here."
Yes, everyone deserves dignity.
First guest is here. "Hi, sir. Welcome. Would you like soup tonight?"
He nods and says yes. I pour carefully. I add bread and a little salad. He smiles and says, "Thank you."
Next guest is a young woman with a stroller. I ask, "Would you like something for your child?" She says, "Yes, please."
We find a small bowl, cool the soup with a bit of water, and give her extra napkins. She whispers, "Bless you."
Moments like this remind me why we came.
Between guests, we write notes. Speak gently. Offer choices. Listen more than you talk. Respect privacy.
A man in a construction jacket arrives. He says, "Hard day. I lost my job last week." Then he looks down.
I say, "I'm sorry you're going through that." I don't try to fix it. I just offer food and space.
He says he'll be okay, but rent is hard. He says, "I can't make ends meet right now."
We nod and keep serving. Sometimes quiet kindness is the best support.
After the line slows, we drink water and share a piece of bread.
I tell you about my neighbor who volunteers at a shelter on Sundays. He says talking with people matters as much as the food.
That makes sense. Loneliness can be as heavy as hunger.
Miss Rivera waves us back. More guests arrive. A teenager comes alone, moving carefully, like he doesn't want to be seen.
I greet him softly. Welcome. Would you like pasta or soup? He whispers, soup. I add extra bread.
He says thanks. His voice shakes. I say, if you need a quiet corner, the table in the back is calm.
He nods and goes there. We share a look. No words, just care.
Later, an older woman tells us she used to be a cook. She smiles at the soup and says, "You seasoned it well."
Compliments from a cook feel special. I thank her and ask if she wants tea. She does, with extra sugar.
We keep serving until every tray is clean. Then we wash and stack the plates.
My feet are tired, but my heart feels light. Helping felt simple, honest, and real.
Same for me. I learned that small actions can make a big difference.
On our way out, the teenager from before walks up. He says, "Thanks for being kind. I felt invisible all week. Here, I made a drawing while I ate." He shows us a small pencil sketch of the soup pot, steaming like a little sun.
I feel tears in my eyes. I say, "Thank you for sharing this. It's beautiful."
He smiles and puts the drawing in my hand. I promise to keep it safe.
We leave the kitchen and step into the cool night.
Let's walk to the bus. I want to talk about what we learned.
Okay. Lesson 1, respect and dignity. Lesson 2, clear, simple language. Lesson 3, donating time matters. Lesson 4, ask before you help.
And lesson 5, we grew too. Service teaches us.
At the bus stop, I decide to donate part of my weekend. I'll help at the Saturday breakfast next time.
I'll join. Maybe I can lead a tea station and practice gentle conversation.
We could also make a short guide for new volunteers with phrases and tips.
Title, Kind and Clear. Page 1, Greeting. Hello, welcome. Dinner is soup and pasta. Would you like bread?
Page 2, offering help. If you want a quiet seat, there's space in the back, or tea or water. Final page, end with hope. We're glad you came tonight.
Perfect. I'll share this with Miss Rivera next time.
The bus arrives. We sit by the window.
I think of the man with the construction jacket. I hope he finds work soon.
I think of the teenager's drawing in my pocket. I'll frame it and hang it near my desk.
When I was younger, I thought volunteering was only about giving. Now I see it's also about receiving stories and connection.
I feel the same. Tonight gave me courage. I sometimes feel small, but now I see how a small action can light a room.
That light can spread. One bowl of soup can lead to a conversation, and a conversation can lead to hope.
Hope is strong food.
We near our stop. I zip my jacket.
Before we get off, I ask, what will you remember most from tonight?
I say, the drawing and the way people relaxed after a kind hello.
I will remember the mother's whisper and the steam rising like quiet hope.
We step onto the sidewalk. The street is calm.
I say, thank you for inviting me to volunteer. You smile and say, thank you for saying yes.
Let's come again next week.
Yes, we'll bring patience, good shoes, and maybe a new recipe.
I vote for vegetable stew with fresh herbs.
Deal. And we'll add tea with lemon for cold nights.
We reach your building and stop at the steps.
I take out the drawing and hold it between us. For the kitchen, I say. We'll frame it by the door.
We stand quiet for a second.
I put the drawing back in my pocket and smile.
Good night, Liam.
Good night, Luna. We made a difference today.
Yes, tomorrow we keep that feeling alive.
Then our day ends with a soft promise. We will return, we will pitch in, and we will welcome our neighbors with open hearts.
And our story ends with warm hands and a hopeful smile.
With a hopeful smile. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to our English lesson, full of warm light, simple words, and a big heart. And tonight, we learn how to talk about helping other people, how to volunteer, how to pitch in with our time, our hands, and our love. And we will move slowly, step by step, so every learner can follow and feel strong. Imagine you wake up on a cool morning, and you say to yourself, "Today I will give back to the community. Today I will help people who are less fortunate. Today I will do a small act that can make a big smile." You put on comfortable shoes, you bring a bottle of water, and you walk to a place that many towns have, a soup kitchen. A soup kitchen is a place that gives free food to people who need it. A place where volunteers cook, serve, and clean. A place where a hot meal can bolster their spirits and make the day feel softer. You meet the team at the door, and someone says, "Thanks a lot for pitching in." And you smile and say, "I am happy to help." And you learn the simple jobs for today. Maybe you cut vegetables. Maybe you stir a big pot. Maybe you set tables with bowls and spoons. Maybe you put bread in baskets. Maybe you fill cups with water and tea. The work is not hard, but it is careful and kind, and the air smells like soup, garlic, onions, and hope. People come in slowly and take seats. Some are homeless and sleep outside. Some have fallen on hard times and are struggling to make ends meet. Some are elderly and live alone. Some are families with small children. Some are quiet, and some are friendly and talk about the weather, or a soccer game, or a memory from long ago. And you listen with your face and your heart. You carry a tray to a table and say, "Here you go, enjoy your meal." And you see a shy thank you and a small nod. And that small nod is gold, because it shows your help matters. Volunteering at a soup kitchen can be very rewarding, not because you want a prize, but because you see real people feel warm and safe for a little while. You tell yourself, "I am not a professional chef, but I can devote my time. I can donate my energy. I can make a simple meal for a good cause." And this mindset grows your spirit too. In many languages, we do not like to say poor people, because it can sound cold or unkind. So we use other words. We say the less fortunate. We say people in need. We say the needy when we speak about the group. We say people who have fallen on hard times. And we keep our voice soft and respectful, because life can change fast for anyone. The line moves on, and you keep serving, and the room stays calm and gentle. A team leader thanks you again and says your help is appreciated. Your kind hands make a difference. And you feel tears behind your eyes, because the words are simple and true. Now imagine a small surprise at the counter. A person you know steps into the line. He looks clean and strong. He is hardly homeless. Your heart jumps and your mind runs fast, but you breathe and you remember your job. Your job is to be fair and kind. Your job is to help without judging. Your job is to follow the rules of the place. So you call a supervisor. You say softly, "Can you help me here?" And the supervisor speaks to the person with respect. and together you keep the line safe and smooth. Later, you wash pots and laugh with the other volunteers. You talk about why you came today. One person says, "I volunteer because my family had hard times before." Another says, "I want to set a good example for my kids." Another says, "Giving time is more than giving money." And you feel close to these people because you all came to make a difference in some small way. Helping others does not only live in a soup kitchen. You can also visit a shelter, a place that gives beds and showers to people without a home. You can read books to children at a library on Saturday morning. You can talk with the elderly at a nursing home, hold a hand, listen to a story, share a simple song. And this calm talk can bolster their spirits more than you know. You can clean a park, plant trees, paint a fence, repair a small school wall, or collect warm coats for winter. You can donate a little money if you have it. You can donate a little time if you do not. You can donate food, you can donate books, you can donate a smile and a kind word, because kindness has many shapes, and all of them are useful. When we use English to speak about service, we use small, strong lines that are easy to say and easy to hear. We say, "Thanks for pitching in." We say, "We really appreciate your help." We say, "I'm more than happy to donate my time." We say, "This work is rewarding." We say, "I feel like I am making a difference." We say, "These meals will bolster their spirits." We say, "People here have fallen on hard times." We say, "Let's give back to the community." We say, "This is a good cause." We say, "The needy are lucky to have a place like this." You can practice these lines at home, slowly, with breath and feeling. Now picture another day of service. The town has a food drive. You stand by a table with boxes and labels. You smile and say, "Canned beans here, rice here, pasta here, oil here. Thank you for your donation." And a family brings a bag of food and says, "We want to help the less fortunate." And you say, "Your gift will make a difference." And you write the items on a list so the team can plan meals for next week. Later, you help load a small truck, and you wave as it drives to a shelter across town. On the way home, you think about words again. You think about the verb donate. You can donate your time. You can donate your skills. You can donate your money. You can donate food or clothes. You can even donate a song or a story to someone who feels alone. You think about the verb devote. You can devote your Saturday morning to service. You can devote one evening each month to cooking at the shelter. You can devote a quiet hour to writing cards for elderly people in a nursing home. These words are not hard, but they are powerful, because they tell the world you are ready to help. Sometimes people ask, does small help really matter? And we answer with simple truth. Yes, small help matters. A hot meal can bolster a body and a soul. A clean blanket can keep a child warm at night. A kind voice can lift someone who is lonely. A small monthly donation can keep a light on in a shelter. A short visit can turn a sad afternoon into a soft memory. We do not need big speeches. We need steady, small acts. We need simple English that moves like a hand to a shoulder and says, "I am here." If you want to invite friends to join you, you can use short, clear lines. You can say, "Do you want to pitch in on Saturday?" You can say, "Can you help me cook at the soup kitchen?" You can say, "I plan to donate clothes this week." You can say, "Let's give back to the community together." You can say, "We can make a difference in a small way." You can say, "The team is generous and kind. You will like them." You can say, "The work is rewarding and not hard." You can say, "Come for 1 hour and see." These lines are simple invitations, and they open doors. In your daily life, you can also use service words with care. If a friend loses a job and cannot make ends meet, you can bring a meal. You can help with a bill if you are able. You can watch the children so the friend can go to an interview. If a neighbor falls on hard times, you can carry groceries. You can mow a lawn. You can share Wi-Fi so the neighbor can send a form. If an elderly person in your building is alone, you can knock and say hello. You can take out the trash. You can sit for 20 minutes and listen to a story from when they were young. In all of these moments, your words are short and kind. You say, "I am here to help." You say, "Here you go." You say, "Enjoy your meal." You say, "You are not alone." You say, "We will take it one step at a time." You say, "Your life matters." You say, "I am happy to donate a little time today." You may think your English is small, but your heart is big, and that is what people feel first. Let us build a tiny practice you can repeat this week. Speak after me in a soft voice with breath and calm rhythm. I will pitch in. I will devote my time. I will donate what I can. I will give back to the community. I will help the less fortunate. I will respect the needy. I will serve a hot meal. I will talk to the elderly. I will listen with care. I will use kind words. I will keep people safe. I will follow the rules. I will be fair. I will remember that small acts can make a difference. Now take a breath and imagine next month. You stand at a long table with other volunteers. You see steam rise from a pot. You hear a line of guests say, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." You feel the room grow quiet and warm. You hear your own voice say, "We appreciate your help," to a new volunteer who arrived late and still wanted to pitch in for the last hour. You watch a child smile when you place a cookie next to the bowl. You watch an old man relax when you ask about his day. You watch a tired mother soften when you say, "Take an extra piece of bread for later." These pictures live in your mind and help you come back again and again. Sometimes service brings hard moments too. A guest may be upset. A line may grow long. A pot may spill. A voice may rise. In these moments, you use simple tools. You keep your tone low. You breathe. You say, "We will help you soon." You call a supervisor if you need support. You remember that stress is often pain wearing a mask. You remember that you are here to heal, not to fight. And when the room is calm again, you return to your work and your smile and your steady hands. At the end of the day, you take off your apron and wash your hands one more time. You sit on a chair in the quiet kitchen and drink water. You feel tired in a good way. You think, today I used my English to serve. I said simple lines with a kind voice. I gave a hot meal. I kept order. I showed respect. I did a good thing for a good cause. And you say to yourself, I will come back, because this work is rewarding and it grows my heart. As you walk home, practice a last set of phrases so they live in your mouth and in your life. Say, thanks for pitching in. Say, we appreciate your help. Say, enjoy your meal. Say, this will bolster their spirits. Say, many people are struggling to make ends meet. Say, some have fallen on hard times. Say, we are here for the needy. Say, our team is generous. Say, we will make a difference together. Say, let us give back to the community. Say, I am more than happy to donate my time. Say, I can devote Saturday morning to service. Say, even 1 hour helps. Say, I will be back next week. And then look up at the sky and feel proud, because your words are simple, your acts are gentle, and your heart is strong. Your English is growing, your courage is growing, and your care for others is growing. And this is the kind of growth that changes a life, both for the person you help and for you. Keep this lesson close. Keep these phrases in your phone. Use them at a soup kitchen, at a shelter, at a nursing home, at a park cleanup, at a school event, at a food drive, or simply at your neighbor's door. Small words, small acts, big love. That is the path. And I am proud of you for every step you take.